Hey everyone, welcome back to Art Chat. Today's guest is Susan Day. So today we'll be talking to student and artist Susan Day about her practice, kind of the degree show and her art career as well. So yeah, we'll get straight into it. What would you describe your practice as, or kind of what is your practice?
My practice is mostly about human experience and the human condition. I like to put my audience in a particular circumstance where they can encounter a real connection with the human condition, the questions surrounding humanity, what our purpose is, why are we here, do we have to live in the way that we live, do we have to change the way that we live, how can we make the existence of ourselves on this planet mean something?
Yeah, I think it's an interesting question. So with that, what inspires you, either kind of as an artist or in general life, or kind of who inspires you as well, as a sub-question?
I'm very inspired by philosophy. I like reading books written by famous philosophers. I like ancient texts, interesting parables. I like looking at my own life and analysing the things I've done, decisions I've made, places I've been. I think there's a really interesting thing to note about the fabric of one's life. I think our lives are like a piece of thread with various different knots in places. And I sometimes think it's almost as if the colour of the thread changes, or the thread is cut at various points and then attached to other threads. It's like a tapestry, and I think there are all sorts of different directions that you can weave a tapestry.
So with that kind of going off of that, what is life like as a student?
I love my life as a student. I wish I did not have to leave. I make that quite clear. It's very much like you get onto a bus at a bus stop. It might not even be the right one, but time's running late, you think, oh my god, I'm going to miss the bus. So you get on this bus, the doors slam behind you, and unlike the sort of bus that we would be familiar with in our everyday lives, you can't leave this bus. The doors are locked firmly behind you, there is no escape, and you're stuck on this bus full of other people who are weird and wonderful. They may be very similar to you, they may be very different, but nevertheless you have to work with them. Because if you don't, you may never get to the destination and be able to leave the bus.
Yeah, that's quite interesting, talking about it being a bus, because in a way life it is a kind of path, it is a route that you go to with kind of different destinations at the end of it. That's quite interesting. So with that, what is it that made you join Writtle, or specifically the course?
Well, I fell into it, really. I didn't plan on doing an art degree. I wanted to do a music degree originally. But I decided to put it off. I took a year out, and then I took another year out, then I took another year out. You know how it is. And I did various different things. I moved several times. And then I fell on hard times, and I thought, I need something to do right now. I need something where I can improve my employability, I can learn some new skills, meet some new people, and more than anything, just keep myself occupied. And Writtle University College was right on my doorstep. I knew that the course was here because I'd heard about it through various other alumni of the course, and I just fell into it. It was really just one of those things where one day I thought, I think I'll go and have a word with them. And I met Prial, and he was very kind and showed me around the campus. I thought initially, this course doesn't look like much, and in my second year I did start to lose heart with it a bit, but if I'm honest, I think it's one of the best things I've done, and I think it's really made me grow as a person.
So in terms of your work, how does your work comment on current social or political issues?
It doesn't really comment on those as such. I have incorporated some themes into my work, such as othering, various types of bullying, the expectations placed upon us, the human reliance on the validity of any information they receive which conforms with their paradigm of the world. But beyond that, I can't say I'm particularly political. I'm more philosophical.
Kind of with that, is there any current exhibitions you've been to or you're going to at the minute?
I love the London Art Fair.
Yeah.
I love the London Art Fair. I'd love to go again next time. It's a brilliant place, not just because of the artwork, but because of the large number of people that attend that you can talk to, rub shoulders with. I managed to make a bit of a contact last time, which was quite surprising, because I wasn't expecting that to happen. But it's a really interesting place to visit, and it's a great place to talk about artwork, look at other people's artwork, and to meet potential useful contacts.
Yeah, I think definitely in terms of kind of the business side of art, it is quite a good way of making contacts and kind of understanding kind of selling of art and kind of pricing of it and stuff like that. I think it's quite a good opportunity. So is there, in terms of your career in art, what are you most proud of, your kind of proudest moment?
It's probably the degree show. I really love the degree show. I think the degree show is a really positive moment. It's a very uplifting moment. As I said, I kind of fell off a bit in the second year, but when the show was built and when I saw how it looked when it was completely finished, I thought, this is actually amazing. This can do quite a lot for me. This is a place where my colleagues have put up some really interesting work. I've got this work which I didn't think much of to begin with, but then I thought actually it's probably not that bad. It's probably quite interesting to people, or at least I hoped it was. And it was a great experience and a great opportunity to share with the public the work that I've been doing here at Writtle, the culmination of my studies here, and I think more importantly the contribution of all of us as colleagues on this course to a degree show.
Okay, perfect. I'm the same for you. I was quite proud of it as well. So if you could give yourself advice, or your younger self, your artist self advice, what would you give in terms of kind of third year to first year?
I would say don't lose heart with anything that you do. Don't give up. Don't lose confidence. Definitely don't lose confidence. Don't sabotage yourself. You are here now, for better or worse. You've got to see this through. Apart from anything else, you don't want to disappoint your colleagues or your tutors. You will grow as a result of this experience.
In terms of art, what do you think art has done for you, or what does art kind of mean to you, do you think, if it wasn't here?
I think art is an interesting thing to behold as an individual, because when I was a young person, I was not particularly sociable. I tended to hide in the library at my school, and I was surrounded by books on art. And when I started reading about Salvador Dali, for example, I thought, this is really interesting. This man is very interesting. His life, the questions that he was interested in answering, his paintings were very interesting. Strange shapes, things elongated, stretched, twisted. It's like a clown making a dog out of balloons in a strange way.
Yeah.
And album covers as well, which I saw when I was a child, very interesting, where an artist has maybe appropriated a famous painting, or they've created an album art cover which is really inspiring, really contemplative.
Yeah.
I just think that it makes us think. It takes us away from the banal, it takes us away from the human desire to construct a system for everything. It connects more deeply with our consciousness. It enables us to view the world around us with an inquisitive eye and start to maybe answer some of those questions, or maybe not. It gives us a reason to connect with other people based on those questions.
Yeah, no, definitely. I think without art, the world would be a completely different place. So what kind of piece of artwork that you've seen has stuck with you as an artist, do you think, in terms of kind of your art career? Is there anything that's kind of stood out and you've kind of stuck with?
This is a very cliched one. The Persistence of Memory by Salvador Dali, the painting with the melting watches, melting clocks.
Yeah.
That stayed with me for most of my life. It's really a toss-up between that and Edvard Munch's The Scream, because that's another painting that's really inspired me, especially the colours.
Yeah.
But I think the Salvador Dali painting, I think that was the thing that really inspired me, really interested me in going into art.
Okay, that's quite interesting. So we've come to the end of that. Before we finish, we're going to do a quick fire questions. Are you ready, Susan?
Yes, I think so.
Warhol or Liechtenstein?
I'm not a huge fan of Liechtenstein. I think actually probably Warhol.
Van Gogh or Van Gogh?
I think technically the Dutch pronunciation is Van Gogh, but I think maybe Van Gogh, perhaps, if I had to choose from the two of those.
Tate Modern or Tate Britain?
Very tough one. I really like both. I'm trying to think which one the Weimar Magical Realism exhibition was in. I think that was the Tate Modern, so I think I'll go with that.
Tate Modern. Sketch or paint? Or what do you prefer?
I think definitely paint.
Performance or sound?
Difficult one. I tend to like sound. I go with sound.
Night in or night out?
I do like a nice night in, but sometimes it is nice to have a night out. I might go with night in, actually.
Night in, yeah. A favourite pizza topping?
Definitely pepperoni. Can't get enough of that stuff.
Perfect. So that's all from us today. Thank you for watching.